Fall in New York City is like stepping into a movie. The trees explode in shades of red, orange, and yellow. The air turns crisp, the crowds thin just enough, and the city takes on a rhythm that feels cinematic. For many travelers, autumn is the best time to visit New York City, and today we will show you why. In this New York City Autumn Travel Guide, we will explore the top neighborhoods, parks, and experiences that make fall the most magical season in New York City. We will take you to Central Park when it glows with fall foliage, walk through historic brownstone neighborhoods like Greenwich Village, explore seasonal food markets, and give you insider New York City travel tips to make your trip unforgettable. We will also share budget hacks and a few New York hidden gems you will not find in typical guides. Picture this: leaves crunching under your feet as you walk down Fifth Avenue. Hot apple cider in hand at a Brooklyn market. The Empire State Building lit against an autumn sky. Cozy cafes filled with the sound of jazz. This is New York City in fall, and our journey begins in the most famous park in America. If there is one place to experience fall foliage in New York City, it is Central Park. Spanning over 800 acres, this park is the city's backyard, and in autumn, it becomes a masterpiece of color. The Mall, a grand promenade lined with American elms, turns golden with leaves falling like confetti. Bethesda Terrace and Fountain glow in warm light, making them perfect for photos. The Ramble, a wooded area of winding trails, feels worlds away from Manhattan skyscrapers. Rowboats glide across the lake, framed by trees on fire with red and orange. For the best views, climb Belvedere Castle or stroll across Bow Bridge, one of the most photographed spots in the park. If you time your trip for late October, you will see the foliage at its peak. But Central Park is only the beginning, because just south of here, the city's heart beats with history and autumn charm. Fall is when New York City's brownstone neighborhoods feel most atmospheric. Greenwich Village and the West Village, with their tree-lined streets and ivy-covered homes, seem made for autumn. As the leaves fall, you will see historic stoops decorated with pumpkins, cozy cafes lit by candles, and jazz spilling out of underground clubs. Washington Square Park becomes a gathering place for students, artists, and musicians. This neighborhood is perfect for slow walks, hot coffee, and discovering hidden gems in New York City. And if you are here in late October, Greenwich Village hosts the New York City Halloween Parade, one of the most colorful and creative events of the year. Costumes range from playful to outrageous, and the streets are filled with music and dancing. Some say Times Square is always the same, but in autumn, it feels different. The cooler air makes the neon lights seem sharper, and the crowds are just slightly smaller than in peak summer. It is the perfect time to experience Broadway in New York City, where the fall season brings new shows and returning classics. Even if you do not see a performance, simply walking through Times Square in fall feels like being at the center of the world. Street performers, giant screens, and the mix of tourists and locals make it endlessly alive. From here, take a walk north to Bryant Park, where the fall season gives way to the city's famous holiday markets. Bryant Park, tucked behind the New York Public Library, is one of the city's most beloved gathering spots. In autumn, the lawn is surrounded by trees turning color, and the park fills with pop-up markets, food stalls, and performances. This is where you can try seasonal treats like hot apple cider, pumpkin pastries, or artisanal chocolates. It is also a great place to relax before diving back into Midtown's bustle. And speaking of seasonal food, no New York City fall travel guide would be complete without exploring the markets and flavors of Brooklyn. Across the East River, Brooklyn shines in autumn. Williamsburg's waterfront offers stunning views of Manhattan framed by fiery trees. Dumbo, with its cobblestone streets and iconic view of the Manhattan Bridge, is especially photogenic under fall skies. Fall weekends bring food markets like Smorgasburg, where dozens of local vendors serve everything from barbecue to vegan creations. Pumpkin lattes, apple pies, and seasonal craft beers all make appearances. Brooklyn Bridge Park is another must-visit, where fall foliage creates a stunning contrast against the city skyline. Walking across the Brooklyn Bridge at sunset in autumn is an experience you will never forget. But New York City in fall is not only about food and neighborhoods. It is also about sports, festivals, and cultural events that bring the city to life. If you love sports, autumn is the best time to visit New York City. It is the only season when you can see baseball playoffs, football, basketball, and hockey all happening at once. Catch a Yankees or Mets game if they are in the postseason, or head to Madison Square Garden for Knicks or Rangers action. Autumn also brings festivals across the city. The New York Film Festival runs in September and October, attracting global filmmakers. The New York City Marathon in November is one of the world's most famous races, with thousands of runners crossing through all 5 boroughs. Cultural events like open-air concerts and art shows fill the calendar. After so much energy, you will want to slow down, and there is no better place for that than New York City's neighborhoods at twilight. Fall is when New York City's cafes feel coziest. Candlelit spots in the East Village, speakeasy-style coffee bars in Brooklyn, and old-world diners in Midtown offer warmth against the crisp air. Some favorites include Caffè Reggio, famous for cappuccinos, and Little Collins, a hidden gem for espresso lovers. For book lovers, the Strand bookstore offers endless browsing, and the Morgan Library is a cultural treasure. These quieter moments balance the energy of the city and give you a glimpse of the real New York City lifestyle. New York City has a reputation for being expensive, but fall can actually save you money. Flights and hotels are often cheaper than peak summer or December holidays. Booking in September or early November gives you the best balance of price and weather. Subways remain the fastest way to travel, and with a MetroCard, rides cost just a few dollars. Walking is another budget-friendly option, and in autumn, it is the best way to enjoy the city's beauty. For food, skip the tourist traps in Midtown and head to Queens or Brooklyn for authentic meals at half the price. Street food, pizza by the slice, and bagels are New York City staples that keep costs down. If you have extra time, autumn is perfect for day trips outside the city. The Hudson Valley, just an hour north, is world-famous for its fall foliage. Sleepy Hollow, known for its Halloween legends, hosts haunted hayrides and seasonal events. Bear Mountain State Park offers hiking trails with panoramic views of the Hudson River, surrounded by autumn leaves. These trips show you that fall in New York City is not just about the city. It is about the landscapes and legends around it. New York City in autumn is a season of magic. Central Park turns into a painting. Neighborhoods glow with history and charm. Broadway and sports bring excitement. The food and festivals make the city unforgettable. It is the perfect blend of energy and beauty, and for many travelers, the very best time to visit New York City. Here is one last insider tip. Many of the city's museums offer free or pay-what-you-wish nights in the fall. This budget hack can save you hundreds while giving you access to world-class art. If you enjoyed this guide and want more travel tips and hidden gems around the world, make sure to subscribe, because our next journey will take you to another destination where fall feels just as unforgettable.